In this next video, we're going to show how you can use a stored procedure to update records and tables. So we'll go to our database and we'll go to Programmability, Stored Procedures, Update Table. This one here is called Update Table Customer Types. It's made just specifically for the customer type table. And we'll just take a look at this real quick. What's going to be happening is we're going to be passing in a key so we know which record we want to change. And then these are all the different fields that we might want to alter in this stored procedure. So basically, as you can see, it's just going to be doing basically an update query, update customer types table, and it's going to set this value to this and that value to that, and the CT visible to this parameter and so forth. You notice that we pass in 5 parameters, except these are the 4 that we're changing. You see, because these 4, display, description, visible, and order, display, description, visible, order, those are the 4 that we're updating in the table. We're also going to be updating the modified date, but we don't have to pass that into the table because we just want to simply modify or update it to the current date and time. So SQL Server can tell us what that is at any time. This key field that we pass in, though, that's what we're going to use in the where clause. This is the field that we use, this is the variable or parameter, that we use to identify which record we're going to change. The record that we update corresponds to the CT key that we pass in. So it's pretty straightforward. So what would that look like when we want to execute that? Well, what we would do, we're going to select everything from our customer type table, but then we're going to run the exec keyword or statement, and we're going to run the stored procedure. But when we do that, we have to, first of all, let's see what this table looks like. Okay, there's 3 records. We're going to update the first record that has the key 77. Now you would need to know what that key is in order for this to work, but let me just do a couple of things real quick. Now, if I wanted to, I don't really want to overwrite where it says individual. Whoops. So I'm just going to keep that as is. Now I could change it. We could just say that we're changing the first thing to the letter I. We just want to show that in a drop down like that. We're going to keep it visible, but over here for the order, we're going to change the order to 15. So basically in this record, we're going to change this to the letter I. This is going to stay the same, that's going to stay the same. This is going to change to the number 15, and then that's going to be updated by the current date and time. And this is all the code that would have to be executed to make that happen. But look at how much cleaner it is by just running this one line. So let's run through that. And then here it is. Here's our before and after. This record here versus this record here, you see we change individual to the letter I, and we change the order to 15, and it didn't have a modified date, but now it does. So that's how we would do that. And let me just come back here and put everything back the way it was so that everybody's happy. We're back to where we started, other than the modified date, of course. But that's how you would do it. That's how you use a stored procedure, a very simple stored procedure, to update rows in a table. It keeps things really clean because if you're going to be if you need to update something from either C# or VB.NET, then it's a lot cleaner to just have a stored procedure in your code that you're passing in parameters to.